Hey, good morning, everyone. It's me, Maria, back with another video, and I'm on my way to the job that I didn't originally choose. But I wanted to kind of briefly talk about narcissistic people. And I know, people are opening their eyes up to, other people's behavior more now, which I'm glad, because it's kind of like, all my life I felt like I was walking around with just knowing people too much, and then like hoping other people can see what I see. It's like, can you see that this person's behavior is just weird, and I think people are starting to realize just how much behavior matters, and how it kind of shapes and molds your surroundings. So there's a lot of videos about narcissistic families, people, behaviors, whatever, all over YouTube. So I don't really want to cover, too much of that issue, but because there's plenty of information out there. You can Google it, you can look at it on YouTube, you can research it, whatever. There's plenty of that out there. But and I certainly don't resent the fact that it's becoming more and more well known, because one thing I don't like about fads and stuff like that is because it seems pointless to engage in it, because it's constantly changing, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just that sometimes it's just not meaningful. But this is a form of education that seems to be circulating, and I think it's good. And plus it has it's stable foundation, and it's an established term that they use in psychology, so it's not some stupid catchphrase that people are just blowing up. But anyway, I was thinking about the behavior of narcissistic people, and they're out there. I mean, there's a lot of narcissistic behavior out there. And, the thing is about narcissistic people is that they have this bizarre, almost compulsive drive to force their way onto you and just be absolutely what I call, it's like, to me, it's just jaw-dropping behavior, because some of the things I've experienced from, narcissistic people, and I'm not mentioning any names at the moment, but it just seems over the top, you know what I mean, to where somebody would orchestrate, certain forms of harassment and all this other stuff. People have their lives to live for whatever reason, okay? And trust me, I'm not the kind of person, I think my family thinks because I had a child out of wedlock, and just, you do one little thing, and that's how my family is, okay? You do one thing wrong, and they hold it against you forever, because that's just, because you're grasping for straws. They can't really find anything too much to say, so they'll just dig way back in the family history of whatever you do, and then they want to throw that up in your face. But my narcissistic people like to dictate and control other people, even over matters such as buying clothes at a certain place or whatever. I just think, and I'm not like that. I don't like to force my lifestyle or my beliefs on other people. Number one, because the way I live my life, it is circumstantial. You basically are who what shaped you, you know what I mean? And I'm actually glad the way that I turned out. I don't want to engage I understand the kind of quality people to get involved with, and I understand who to avoid. And I'm learning that, you know what I mean? I'm learning that. And now I feel as though I can make good choices. The people that my family were brainwashing and constantly making my life a living hell, like in the workplace and whatnot, I don't have time for relationships like that. And obviously, I can actually say that my ability to use that sort of discernment has worked out to my benefit. Because why am I going to draw closer to abusive people? It doesn't make any sense. I have every right to be reserved and be selective about the kind of quality people that I desire. Like I said, if my standards are too high, well, then I guess my standards are too high. That is the way it has to be, because I don't let garbage into my life. I just don't. I learned, knowing that I had a rough time, growing up with people being like the mouthpiece for my weird family. I don't want that in my life. It's like if there's any indication that you're going to be one of those kind of people, and not accept me for who I am, then I have to just back the hell away from you, because there's no point in having a relationship. There is none. Now, I'm not against conforming to certain things if I truly feel as though there's a benefit to it. Like if it's going to benefit me on a personal level. You know what I mean? If it's going to add to my life, the quality of my life, it's going to do something to improve my life, then I'm going to be open to it. You know why? Because once again, we're going back down to knowledge. We're going back down to information that's going to be valuable to you. So if I hear something that's worthwhile, I'm going to listen and I'm going to implement it into my life. That's a given, okay? It really is. But the things that these people bring up are just absolute nonsense. And the fact is, they don't need to be in that environment in the first place, you know? And I can't help but like spout off, because it's like the abuse, the amount, the intensity of their abuse it's undescribable. It's undescribable. The withholding information, the gossip, and being the two-faced people. I mean, it's just, and then making people that you cared about turn against you. That is so weird to me. You know what I mean? It's like these people hate themselves so much inside that this is the kind of hate that these people carry. That's unreal to me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's unreal. And then they see nothing wrong with what they do, nothing wrong with it. And they're hypocritical. And that's why, my issue is with mainstream religion. That's my biggest issue with it, because there's no real sincerity. There's no real, I'm not saying everywhere, okay? And I'm sure there's good churches and whatnot, okay? But, a lot of it I see and I can recognize it for what it is. A lot of it's just overindulgence in material goods, and that's all they're in it for. And sometimes, I've heard pastors make statements on the podium, that don't even sound remotely humble. It's like they just want your money. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, And that's no disrespect to religion, as a whole, but it's there. I mean, I see that, and when I notice that, I'm like, oh my God, and my stomach's turning. Okay, and then you get people who use religion as an excuse to use, to ruin people's lives, and then try to make it look like it's a righteous thing. It bothers me, okay? It's like they don't see any correlation between what they're saying they're supposed to be and knowing that they're supposed to adapt this into their lifestyle. So they're doing it for political reasons, or reasons that try to make them paint an image of themselves, A person doesn't have to, tell me that they are connected to God. Because you know what? If a person lives accordingly, you're going to see that. It's going to be in their actions, okay? What I experienced, it was not godly at all. Yeah, you know what I mean? And judging me as a person, it's like, I have every right to live my life however I want to, I don't think my life is very radical, considering I go to work and come home every day, okay? Now, mind you, even if I was to live a weird, over the top, bohemian type lifestyle, let's just say that was just how I was, okay? That's my life. Once a person gets to be 18 years old, they can do whatever they want, okay? My point is that, a narcissistic person, they don't care about the law. They somehow want to override things. Like they have some sort of I don't know. They think they have some sort of God-given right to instruct other people to live out what they want to reflect, okay? I don't admire my family at all, okay? I really don't. At all. And there are certain traits, that I have to give them credit for, okay? I will say that, okay? But I don't want to be in that lifestyle, because you know why? My life is different. You know what I mean? It's not going to work for me to live that life. You know what I mean? And then they feel insecure about their life, so they want to bring me back down to their pathetic level. I'm not interested in their shit. I'm just not. And, yeah, I am spouting off about family, because I'm thinking about what these people have done. They have basically, and I'm going to tell you, if I realized if I realized that I did something like this to somebody, I'm going to tell you what, I don't even think I would speak to anybody for the rest of my life. I probably wouldn't. You know why? Because the understanding, the understanding of what you actually did, to me, is the equivalent of goddamn murder. Okay? I would never want to. I would shut myself away for the rest of fucking society for the rest of my goddamn life. That's exactly the kind of way I would take it, because I realize how serious that is. You don't defame somebody. You don't sit there and slander somebody. You don't sit here and fuck with their job. You don't fucking spread lies on fucking... What the fuck is wrong with you? And then have the nerve to sit here harassing somebody at work and thinking that, you know what, you just have to sit here and we're just going to go ahead and find you a job because you just can't handle our fucking harassment. You're so full of shit. You're so fucking full of shit. It's not even funny. You know, it is. It's mind-blowing to me. And I have every right to spout off. I really do. And that's not, like I said, you know what? I know I did some things that I shouldn't have done when I was younger. I really did. And you know what? I have thought about those things. And I remember how I felt about myself when I would do stuff like that. I hated it. You know what I mean? I fucking hated doing shit, especially things that hurt other people. And I would try, I as an adult, I have said, I don't want to do things like that anymore. I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt somebody. And at least I can say that I outgrew my bullshit. Here's my fucking sister. My fucking oldest sister's 10 years older than me. Okay? She needs to goddamn grow up. This is a fucking goddamn game. Tell me who's fucking immature. And then you got my sister Lisa, who thinks that I'm babyish because I like Hello Kitty. I can get my shit together. Alright? I don't sit here and fuck people's jobs up and then they take the liberty to sit there and try to control their life. You know what I mean? It irritates me, okay? So yeah, anyway, wrapping this one up, okay? Because I'm just getting like pissed off. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to blast someone off in the face. I'm telling you right now, I'm pissed off. And when I say blast them off in the face, I'm talking about a tongue lashing, okay? I'm not like a physically violent person. Although I will say that some people would deserve that sort of thing. And they do. They do deserve that sort of thing. You know? But there's laws, and I am a law-abiding citizen, you know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah, I had to say that. But really, this morning I woke up and I was like, you know, I'm okay with those 2 videos I put out last night. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I woke up feeling pretty good. I slept well last night. So, you know, it's a part of the healing process. I have a lot. I mean, it's only right to be angry of that sort of abuse. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It just is, you know? It's like... It's over the top and it's monstrous. It is just downright, oh, god damn. You know? That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else about it. You know what I mean? It's like, are you guys fucking human? I mean, do I really have the same DNA makeup as you fucking freaks? I mean, really? Oh, God. You know what? I'm not the weirdo, okay? I'm not the one who's weird. Okay, you got that shit the other way around, okay? I am who I am. I don't know who the fuck you guys are. Wrapping this video up later.